Morning guys, do you want to come and meet my consultant this morning? Let's go. Hey, good morning guys, and welcome to my week 40 on the Cambridge one-to-one weight loss plan. Look up here, you can look back at my catalogue and see from the start every week how I've got on. Also, please consider subscribing and hitting the little like button. Okay, let's get into it. So this week I've been on plan stage step 2, which is, as you know, the three products and an evening meal. Gone okay. It's been really warm this week. I've been in the office, which kind of helped. Well, like I say, I've never struggled during the day on this diet. Yeah, I feel a bit hungry at times, a bit at the weekends maybe, but I never turn to food in that instance. So yeah, been trundling to the office, gone okay. I've drunk, I don't think I've drunk enough water. I used to have a big bottle that I carried around because I was sod for forgetting how much have actually happened. So yeah, during the day, been at work, been on 3 products while I've been at work, then coming home, having the evening meal. So it should have gone okay, although I've just had a sneaky peek on my scales and I look about the same. So, I don't know if that's my flaw. Fingers crossed. So anyway, we're heading down to see my consultant. It's Saturday morning and I'm bringing you guys along with me today. You're going to meet him. His name's Martin. He's been doing it for 10 years. So he knows his stuff around this diet and he does help with all the questions that I go with him on a weekly basis, whether it be the psychological, whether it be the nutritional, all the good stuff, when you want to give up, why to keep going. So it'll be interesting. So we'll have a little chat with him, see how that goes. And then when I come away, I'll come back and I'll give you my results for week 40. So stay tuned, folks, and I'll see you sooner than you think. Right, here I am. I've arrived, and this week you're going to go in with me. But just to show you, look, this is Martin, my consultant. He's got a purpose-built office, which is all private and all set up. He obviously runs another business out of there as well. But yeah, it's all nice and private. All the scales are in there, and it's a great little place to come and talk about your weight gain or your weight loss. So let's go inside, get weighed, and we'll have a chat while we're in there, eh? Right, we're inside, and Martin is waiting for us. Say hello, Martin.
Hello.
Hello. So, right, I'm just going to get the camera set up on a tripod, and we'll have a quick chat. Here we are then. This is Martin. This is my one-to-one consultant. And as you know, I've been at it 40 weeks now. But Martin, if you just want to introduce yourself to the guys.
Hi, yeah, my name's Martin. I've been a Cambridge one-to-one consultant for about just over 10 years now. So still enjoying it. Meet lots of interesting, fabulous people over the years. Got several hundred clients that I must have seen over that time. What brought me to Cambridge one-to-one? Well, it was actually when I was studying for my degree in herbal medicine at Lincoln Uni about 12 years ago. We had to decide on a way to control blood sugars, and specifically what's called metabolic syndrome. Type 2 diabetes is what follows on from that. We had to decide on a plan that would be effective in turning that illness around. So I went out, researched it all, and we came up with these things called VLCDs, which stands for very low calorie diets, of which of course Cambridge is one of the best known out of those. And the research that I conducted while at university demonstrated that we got some incredible results for turning around type 2 diabetes, yeah. which actually is interesting because I think it's Diabetes Week coming up soon. It's been
right,
in the media.
Okay. Didn't know that one.
We'll bring that up hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what got me into it. So when I graduated a couple of years later, and I was looking around for stuff to do. Obviously, I'm practicing as a herbalist. That's what I studied and trained for. I thought, why not become a Cambridge consultant? I needed to lose some weight myself. Everybody who's been to university might tell you the same. You pile on weight, especially in the last year, because you eat junk, you study, cram, get through your finals, and I was a lot heavier than I should have been. So I thought, right, sign up, do the diet, lose some weight, and the rest is history. I've been a consultant ever since.
Yeah, and then, like I say, he was referred to my good self, like I say, before I started, didn't know it existed. So if people want to get hold of you, Martin, how do they can get in touch with you? Website?
Via the website, on the Cambridge One-to-One Diet website, if you type in LN11SR, which is my postcode, or even if I think you type Martin S, that should bring me up. Yeah, if you're in Lincoln and you Google Cambridge One-to-One Diet, I come up on Google. So yeah, hopefully I'm fairly easy to find.
Yeah, that's good. And like I say, I told you he knew his stuff when he talks. But when I met him for the first time, what put us at ease, like I say, I'm doing it with a good friend of mine who doesn't want to be on camera. And we came along, and I think the good thing I find about it is he tailors his nurturing and his help towards you, how you are. So we don't really suffer for you sort of tell us how it is. Let's be fair. If we've had a rubbish week and we've not lost it, because in this room is where we get weighed every week and there's no escape from those scales. So he does put us back on the straight and narrow and make sure. And you're available all the time, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I'm always on the end of a phone with text messages, emails. I always will call clients back if they need any advice or help. And so yeah, I mean this is the new tagline: Cambridge Weight Plan morphed into the one-to-one diet. And
that's right, yeah.
I know a lot of people say, well, it's one-to-no-one where we are, but certainly if you come and see me, you are one-to-one with me, and I do my absolute best to help my clients along.
And also, we've just been through You Know What, and so he's available on Zoom. If you were remote and you're a bit further away, he'll gladly remote you.
I'm pleased to say, through the whole of the pandemic, I've been able to stay active and helping clients. We saw people remote on Zoom, as you say. We had people picking up products from the gate. And if people live locally, I was dropping products off on their doorstep, staying socially distanced with masks on and all that. So I have actually been able to keep a service running right through the whole pandemic, which has been very interesting and rewarding in some ways, actually.
Yeah. And as you know, it's really, really important to have that relationship with your consultant, because I know I'm ultra positive on this site, but I have bad days and I have bad weeks. And like I've said, we don't suffer fools, we talk about it. And as you know, it can get quite deep at times, quite emotional about your personal life. But it really does work if you just stick to plan. So, as Martin said, get in touch with him. He'll help you come down one-to-one. He's dead friendly, he don't bite.
One thing I would like to just add there, which is so important, with not just with our diet, but with any diet, is maintenance. Maintenance is key. And so many people do a diet, crash the weight off, do really well, but then starts to slide backwards and starts to go back on. I think one of the hardest things to achieve is maintaining the lower weight, and that's why we bang on and on about all these boring things like glycemic index and which carbohydrates, and all calories are not equal. So hopefully when people come and see me for these sessions, we go through a lot of nutritional information, because knowledge is power, and if you have this knowledge, you'll know how to make healthier choices moving forward. So that's my key thing in this. I don't just want to see people lose weight. We need to get them maintaining. That's what's important. So yeah.
So I think that's the one thing I've learned from the whole experience. I've been through the ups, the downs, which you've all followed. Martin has said, and one thing that's resonated with me is this is for life, and it's making those choices, making them healthy choices. As you know, the world's opening up again. We're all out there socialising, and it's what you choose at that point, really, isn't it? The next thing is, if you just talk a little bit about the choices you've got on the diet. There's so many products out there to suit every need. So you've got...
Yeah, well, Cambridge was always traditionally called the soup and shake diet, which it absolutely isn't any longer. It's totally changed from that. We've got a whole range of meals. There's bars. We've even got crisps, believe it or not. Now they're a new favourite of yours, aren't they?
Just bought some. They're very nice.
Yeah. Low carbohydrate crisps. You never thought such a thing could exist. So they've really worked hard on expanding the range, and you should never get bored on the diet. And part of this thing that I was talking about maintenance earlier, I'm quite keen to get people to incorporate regular food. So they're mixing the products with conventional food, because over a long period of time it's not healthy to divorce yourself entirely of food for too long. So I'm quite keen to get people using conventional food and combining it with the diet and learning how to make better choices moving forward that way. But just in terms of numbers, I think there's well over, I think it's about 35 different products in the core range that you can choose. Wow. We've got water flavourings, we've got the add-ons like the fava beans, the Pop-Tart crisps.
For me, you got I do the step 2, which is eating the conventional food, which is at my weight I should probably on step 1. But like Martin says, if it works for you, and it's so flexible, this diet, you can go up and down the ranges. But for me, it works because it's getting me that and making the sensible choices around the food I eat, as opposed to doing the diet on 4 products for a long period of time, and then you're like a kid in a sweet shop, aren't you? You can open up and just go back to your old habits and this, that and the other. So it has changed our cooking habits at home, for instance. It's all fresh and it's maybe a little over-portioned, mine at times, if we're honest.
Yeah, so we do give all the guidance on weights and measures in the steps book. So you're given quite strict amounts that you're supposed to weigh stuff out to. And if you struggle with this, we have the step up meals as well. There's a range of there's like beef casserole, there's chicken curry, there's chili with wedges and all that kind of stuff. And that's all weighed and measured for you, so you don't have to. If you're time constrained, which I know your colleague is. Even he can open a packet and stick it in the microwave. So we do have a really flexible plan to fit around everybody's lifestyle. The other thing that's just sprung into my mind is if someone's really active, we do get sports people, believe it or not, that come along, and they only want to lose a stone or a stone and a half, something like that. And of course we can't put them on step 1, which is the total meal replacement. We have to incorporate conventional food and keep their calorific intake to sort of 1200. Otherwise they would pass out. We really can tailor this plan to exactly what clients need.
And it gives you the habits as well. The water's key. Drinking your water, because one thing I've noticed when I first started back in the day is I think most of it was dehydration, and I wasn't drinking a litre a day, if I was honest. That's a good habit I've got into now, is hydrating myself and drinking the water. I think we'll wrap it up there, guys, for this one.
It's been a pleasure.
That's Martin. Give him a call, get in touch. I told you he knew his onions. So get in touch with him and he will set you up, or DM me and I'll pass on his details as well. Hope you've enjoyed this, guys. So I'll see you in a bit and I'll tell you how I got on this week.
He did well this week.
Shh, don't spoil it, I've got to keep him hooked. Right, see you later. So, there you go. I'm back home now. You've just coffee, latte, first product of the day. So there you go. You just heard from my consultant Martin there. He's full of knowledge. He's very helpful. Contact him at any time. And to be honest, he's helped me through where I've got to today. So, hey. Details are below. I'll put them on screen here. Look him up. So, back to my weigh-in. Week 40, £3.5 off for the win. It's just, for me, you've just got to keep it at the forefront of your mind and ride out the bad days, the bad moments, which are hard. So, how's this week gone for me? I've done, like I say, step 2, 3 products. A meal. I know I bang on about it. It's the one that works for me. It's dealing with the stresses of work, the stresses of life, just realising that you've got to make these choices forever. So there you go. That's my week 40. Hope you've enjoyed it. A good loss. Stay focused, people. Like I always say, hit me up in the comments below. Hit the subscribe button and follow my past journey back here again. So see you next week. Week 41. We're going to get in the 21s. We're going to get in the 21s. I'm going to get in the 21s. Stay tuned. Hope you've liked it, guys. See you in the next one.